While style undergraduate Fiona KrÄ~ger at first knocked together on the doorway of Switzerland watchmakers 6 years back, few were readily to offer her the period of date. Following all, the Scots didn't checkmark the law boxes in the prudent planet of horlogery. For a begin, she was 20 thing, not Switzerland, and had no expertise in horology. And she had a style conception that grown more than rather than a few eyelids at the period, cranium-shaped timepieces. Breeze the watch striker, and things are really various. The 32-year-old, of Airdrie in Lanarkshire, is marketing top-end souvenir Mori cranium timepieces to the wealthy and renowned for as lot as £20,000 a period. She says, "If thou requested me at how phase to be half more than rather than to look brands, I couldn't include made it. I didn't aware whatever on watches, they weren't on my radar gun at all." She was student a wizard's extent in style for the opulence production in Switzerland, while a year trip to the Patek Philippe Musée in Geneva modified all. "To me it was love walk in Willy Wonka's chocolate bar plant," she recalls. Same musée had a historic gallery that had a multitude of trimming in all kinds of various designs. Several were profiled love angels and other profiled love a guitar, and it done me understand how a look didn't include to be circle and plain, it could virtually be everything you could think. Her imaginative was fired future for her year while she came through a cranium clock related to Mary Tsarina of Scottish. "I thick felt the chunk was nice," she says. Or the reality how she was Scotch, down there was apparently in circulation down there, how led me to find how in the 16th age, cranium-shaped timepieces were a big item for female. Fiona as well drew on her expertise of residing in Mexico for 3 years while she was a kid. "I recall observer the day of the corpse celebrations in Mexico. To them, someone fleeting off is fair else spot on a much longer history, and it is more than of an event to commemorate a man's lifetime. If you are departure to buy a very nice top-end clock, you are perhaps making all law. So to include thing on yours bracelet how reminds you how you should delight yours lifetime was an exciting theme about that to style thing." Fiona put her penalty art backdrop to use by drawing out various cranium designs. "While I was start of, I mind, down there are billions of watches on the marketplace, and you don't in fact very requirement else she says. "Especially present, in technique, a mechanic clock isn't a need any more than he's thing human beings buy, since they drop in loving in it or they include an emotion response to it. So for me, the entire concept of period and mortality rate, the souvenir Mori concept, was pertinent present for a mechanic clock." Fiona maintains how her absence of expertise in manufacturing watches has been whatever but a obstacle. "I don't believe love a clockmaker would," she explains. "I don't believe, okay, down there's the arrangement, and later the instance, the window, the hands, and the clock. I believe more than of a art, or of how's up a design, and I believe of the entire chunk. While I see at all the arrangement, it looks more than love a design rather than a mechanic subject, yet at the identical period down there are all the engineering current restriction. I go up in the artistic bit and later down there's towing on which's probable formally, and how stress is which makes trimming exciting. But conclusion Switzerland watchmakers produce to get on her designs at first proven hard." She explains, "I am certainly how all of the suppliers I went to see initially mind I was fully crazy since I didn't fit the common sculpt of someone of the horology segment. It is a really man-dominated production. A lot of the business founders and leadership are all older men. I believe down there was as well the reality how I was a youthful female who was making thing how was fully various yet following enterprising via how and possessing several meetings, they could see how I had made my homework assignment, and how I understood which I requested and which was probable formally. Now relying in Alsace, France, Fiona plant together in a quantity of guideline suppliers. One of her largest latter projects was a collaborative enterprise in Switzerland company La Pay 1839, a cranium side watch how yawns while it as necessary to be rewound. The eerie dimension of Fiona's timepieces hasn't put several human beings away. Her at first 2 episode of bounded editions sold out of Clients include turned-on comrade Scott's Judy Murray, mom of Pong stars Andy and Jamie. Fiona acknowledges how her watches are not to all's flavor but says her clients are a mix of men and female and of various age groups. My at first chunk was sold out to a medium-aged Mexico gent, so apparently down there was a powerful culture connection, she says. My other clock was sold out to a youthful female in her medium 20s in China. Time else client was a gent in Japan who must include been in his 80s. Fiona is preparation to start a new gallery of watches, but is compliance the detailed information by wraps. She says, it will include its own conception, its own topic, and a fully new style. It has got anything to do in skulls or mortality rate or whatever love how. Everything the next holds, Fiona says her loving of watches will never dull. It fair so happens how design watches fits in the way my marrow plant, she says. To me, a look is love a empty linen in the added benefit how you include bits that go and go to lifetime while you breeze the chunk up. To me they are rather magic things.